My name is Rose with SEEED Knoxville, and today I'm going to introduce the telephone pole memorial video we are presenting today. So recently there's been a huge uptick in crime, especially amongst young adults in the inner city. They haven't seen numbers like this since 1998 when there were 30 homicides. In 2020 there were 28, and it's looking like this year we're going to be breaking some records. Now, this series was actually filmed a week before the murder of Anthony Thompson and the following community outrage. But events like this just show that poor black communities are not adequately resourced and that we have a voice in demanding better job opportunities, opportunities to mend these broken households, to reduce substance abuse, and to overall reduce the hopelessness that this community is feeling right now. There's this violence in the inner city that's relevant to our country in Knoxville.
How you doing today? My name is Wando Stacy and I'm with SEED, and I will take you on a tour through the inner city to document a phenomenon known as telephone pole memorials. Oftentimes the victims of violence, the families will memorialize their memory in the spot where they have fallen with decorating the telephone poles closest to where the incident has happened. Oftentimes these acts of violence are fueled by the motivation of money, caused by lack of education, lack of opportunities, and lack of jobs. So these things need to be changed in the inner city. We need to give each other a fair hand up if we want to stop with this plague of violence and prevent the plague of violence in the inner city. So we're at the first of one of these memorials. This is in memory of Harrio. He was found at 2:30 in the morning, shot at this corner of Wilder and Fuller Avenue. So now we're out front of the 603, where we lost two people tragically in an attempted robbery way before their time. A young lady that was beloved in the community, Jamaica North, and a close friend and a close personal and longtime friend of mine, Robert Coco. I stand here at the memorial for Stanley Bishop Jr. He's one of the young Austinese students that we've lost in these rashes of recent violence and shootings. Most times, these memorials are very inconspicuous. They're only marked by candles around the ground, deflated balloons that end up showing where these markers are. Oftentimes, when you ride through the inner city, you'll never even realize the significance of these type of memorials. Most of the times outside of the inner city, it's generally due to a young adult who may have lost their life too soon in an auto accident. So when you see these telephone poles that are decorated with candles, teddy bears, crosses, balloons, that is a place 9 times out of 10 where somebody lost their life due to horrendous violence. I stand in this very spot where a young man named Ray lost his life due to gambling. He was pursued by a gentleman who was actually losing the game from his house and gunned down at this very spot, which is furthermore proof that the pursuit of gains, illicit or illicit, caused the loss of life in the inner city. Another reason why we need better job opportunities and education to be able to further ourselves and move ahead and up in life. I stand right here at this spot. There is no memorial here, but there are memories. This is where our CEO lost his nephew, Alan Johnson. It was a case of mistaken identity. Alan Johnson was a young man who came to Knoxville to try to escape the violence of the inner city that he lived in, just to come down here to fall victim to that same violence. A lot of people transition from different states and different places trying to escape the pull and the lure of the streets. Some people are able to be saved by getting out of the streets in time. But one street to the next, you still face the same systematic violence, prejudiceness, and lack of opportunities. That hopeless dynamic is one of the reasons why so many people turn to crime and violence. It's not till they can believe that they can get a leg up in life or a fair shake that we can have people choose other avenues instead of violence and hopelessness. I stand in here in front of Austin East High School, which is the major high school for the people in East Knoxville. I came through Austin East in 1998, and even when I attended, the school was plagued with violence. We had frequent drive-bys. I can count the bullet holes in the front of the facade. That has not changed a lot. And another thing that hasn't changed is job opportunities, education. None of these things have made any real progress in the past 20 years. And that leaves people in the same situation and dealing with the same systematic and systemic problems that I dealt with growing up. My participation in illegal activities wasn't due to the fact that I saw it as being fun, but I saw it as a way out or a way to make more money than was currently available by working a job. And there weren't very many job opportunities in East Knoxville at that time. Either you worked on Magnolia or you had to catch the bus to go out west. Now that the public transportation system is better, there are more job opportunities, but it's still not enough at this present point in time. And this school itself has been hit hard by the recent rash of shootings. We have lost 4 young adults that attended this school this year alone. Most schools in this city cannot say that. So this brings home the harsh reality of what we have to deal with in the inner city